This is where they start the call. Where are you at right now? Are you separated? That's where they started, right? It's not playing previous to this.
Everyone's gonna take shots about me, like saying whatever I want or saying about like the police. Like no matter what you're involved right now.
Where are you safe right now? Are you separated?
Okay, here is the call that I uploaded on our channel. As you can see, skipped 9 seconds ahead because in the first 9 seconds, that is where the address is dropped. Let's listen to what was cut out of the version of the call they listened to.
Yes,
do you need police?
My husband just punched me in the face like
All right. Where are you at right now? Where are you safe right now? Are you separated?
If you guys watched LolCowLive last night, you noticed that they covered the phone call, and I noticed something very interesting about the coverage of the phone call. Now, you might think, Kmplxity, what was it? Was it the fact that they kind of were completely dismissive of it? Was it the fact that they kind of, simply said it doesn't matter because Bridget was sober when she said that it didn't happen? Is it because da 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 da? No, it's not about what they reacted to. Hey, appreciate the subscription. It's not about what they reacted to. It's about what they didn't react to. Now, some might just say I'm nitpicking on this, but I think if you're going to react to a 911 phone call, you should react to all of it, not an edited version of that 911 phone call. Appreciate it, Kit Kat. Good work. Appreciate. So, like I said, if you're going to react to a 911 phone call and claim that it just doesn't matter because somebody said that, hey, because the person that's supposed to be a victim in the 911 call is no longer a victim, well, why would you leave out probably the most damning portion of the 911 phone call? Why would you edit out almost 30 seconds of the phone call? Now, as the person who broke this story, as the person who put the 911 call, who filed the Freedom of Information Act, who put out the raw files, which I know I got a little bit of flack for not editing out the address. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Completely overlooked it, didn't even really think about it. That's all on me. It's being edited out. Plus, with the new video that's going to be coming out that I created out of the live stream, it's 100% gone. So, like, I'll own that. I'm not going to make an excuse. That was me. I fucked up. But you know what I didn't edit out of the phone call? I didn't edit out the part where Bridget said that Mike punched her in the face 5 times. And considering that raw file is out there, and if we watch the live channel, if we watch LolCowLive from the beginning, the full 16 minutes, which we're not going to do because there's no reason to, they didn't ask for anyone to send them it. They already had that phone call, that version of the phone call ready to go, because Keemstar just gets up and pushes play. Now, you might say, well, Kmplxity, maybe they edited it out because they wanted to not have the address in there. And I would say to you, viewer, yes, totally makes sense. Unfortunately, there's only 9 seconds from the first 9 seconds of the phone call would have to be edited out in order to keep the address out. After those 9 seconds, it immediately cuts to Bridget saying that she was punched in the face 5 times. They edited that out too. Now, maybe they got an edited version, but I don't know about you guys, but if you've seen the re-upload of that 911 phone call, nobody's been editing out the punched in the face 5 times portion of that phone call. Nobody. And considering they already had that version of the phone call ready to go, you decide on how it is. Okay. So we're going to get into that. We're also going to get into South Carolina legislation in accordance to filing a false police report. We're also going to get into why, in my personal opinion, if it's true that Bridget did file and call on a false police report knowing she was lying, why most likely the DA isn't going to charge her, and the circumstances around that false police report that most likely won't get her charged. And filing a false police report is even less of an offense than domestic violence in the third degree. Domestic violence in the third degree gets you 90 days in jail. False police report gets you like 30. So it's not this massive, oh, she would go to jail for 10 years or a year. It's like a slap on the wrist. So we're going to get into all of it. What I want to do right now is I'm going to create a poll. And the poll is going to be Mike guilty or innocent. And you guys go ahead, tell me what you think. Is he guilty? Is he innocent? And maybe your opinions will change as the stream goes on. Maybe we'll see a difference. I don't know. The one thing I will say 100% is I wish body cam footage was covered under the Freedom of Information Act in South Carolina. I wish that, because if it was, then we would have the ability to turn around and verify if she said yes or if that's exactly how it is. If Mike was very flippant, yeah, okay, guilty or innocent. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yes is guilty. Yeah, hold on. My bad. Okay, Mike guilty or innocent. We're gonna go with G for guilty, I for innocent. There you go. All right, G for guilty, I for innocent. My bad, y'all, my bad. Okay, if South Carolina body cam footage was covered under Freedom of Information Act, we would be able to verify or vilify Mike's story, his account, that he was just, yes, I hit her like 50 times, arrest me. And again, if that was the case, I would have 100% be willing to say that the police report, while it does say that Mike struck her twice, if there was body cam footage showing him being incredibly flippant about it, it would lean credence to what he's saying. It would make it harder to see and figure out which one is real, right? As we all know, appreciate the, oh, thank you for coming to a social shopper. Now, as we all know, if you've texted somebody, if you've seen that Key and Peele skit where they're texting and they're like, you want to go right now, buddy? And the guy on the other hand thinks that they're arguing. Text can be interpreted however it is that you want, but we have zero evidence to support Mike's story of events. That's it. All we have to do is trust the word of somebody whose entire YouTube history is scripted content. It's somebody who is known to lie. And apparently Bridget's known to lie. She's claiming she lied to the police, which can actually cause her to receive punishment, a fine. Hey, what's up, Justin? A fine, a punishment, and time in jail. So, but yet she's not going to be willing to lie to a friend where he gets no consequences whatsoever. This is why I said in the last live, there's just so much, just so much. It's hard to tell exactly what is and isn't the truth. But I'm a person who is like, listen, as long as there's some evidence to back up what you're saying, you're ahead of everybody else. So let's get right into this.
People know we're live. Look, when I found out about the Kid Behind the Camera domestic violence situation, I found out about it a good 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks after it actually took place.
So he finds out about the situation 2 to 3 weeks after it's taken place, right? Understandable. Mike didn't want to talk to him about it. Okay.
got leaked online, his mugshot, and I called Mike right away. And when I called Mike, Mike was on the phone with Bridget on speaker, and I heard Mike's point of view and Bridget's point of view. Yeah. And what I was told is Mike got drunk for like the first time at Fat Camp, right?
Yep.
And he decided that him and his wife, ex-wife, Bridget, would drink and have a good time. Now, Bridget, when she's sober, doesn't care that Mike is hooking up with other women.
Nope, not at all.
But in this drunking episode that they were having, she looked at his phone, saw he was talking to other girls, right? This is the story that they're both telling me, right? And she lost her mind.
Yep.
Okay. So she's saying, right, that she was the one who found out that he was with other girls. She lost her mind and she attacked him, supposedly. Now, she doesn't say she attacked him, but later in the live, Keem and Boogie both say and confirm that at the very least, Keemstar was sent pictures of Mike, kid behind the camera, who had visible markings on him. Obviously, we don't have those pictures. The police didn't see anything, didn't know anything down in their report as to him having marks on him. I guarantee you, anybody who says, okay, well, if that's the truth, then release the pictures, the answer is going to be, no, I don't have to release the pictures. I'm not going to release the pictures, blah, 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 blah. And even if they do release the pictures, what evidence do you have that it was taken on that night that this occurred? You would have to just swipe up on the picture, just show us. It's not that difficult. And I'm going to be honest. I mean, Mike has the ability to do it, right? So maybe after the end of the month, supposedly when that, you know, when the case is supposed to be dropped on the 24th, maybe we'll get those pictures. If we get those pictures, if he puts it in the Discord or posts it on the Reddit, on Twitter, whatever the hell it is that he does, we will react to that along with the update from the court. It's just odd that you would turn around and say, guys, I have pictures that Mike actually has marks on him and that Bridget was the aggressor, but I'm not showing you. But you don't show it. So I could just sit here and be like, actually, I have the pictures that of Bridget's face from that night. Don't ask any questions. And I'm not showing it. I'm not going to show it. But I have the pictures. Okay? I've got them. Believe me, bro. Again, not saying they don't. But it's like, why are you going to say you got something if you ain't going to show it? Now, that's not the only thing that I found out. Apparently, Michael, who's saying he can't talk about his case or anything like that, he's been showing people close to him talking about his correspondence with his lawyer, about it getting dropped on the 24th. So it sounds like he's talking about his case behind closed doors, just not publicly. Smart. Keep your close people informed. Leave it off the internet, whether you like that or not. It's just the truth. But now that they've said that, let's hear it from Bridget's own words, right? Her side of events.
All right, we're calling Bridget.
Oh boy.
Be quiet.
Hello?
Hey, Bridget. So my entire chat is saying I'm sweeping because I tried to explain to them. I talked to you and Mike about the situation, and you guys told me what really happened. And I said, Mike's not a bad guy. So just say what you want to say. You're on live on air.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we were just really fucking drunk. I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, I don't know, okay, so I went through his phone, right? And I got really jealous. He's talking to so many women. So, I told him that I would cheat on him. I'm not. And then he started throwing shit and yelling, and then he went inside. I got scared, so I called the cops.
Okay. He started yelling. He started throwing shit. I got scared, so I called the cops. Now, domestic violence in the third degree, domestic violence in general, still covers somebody throwing things, somebody screaming and yelling. That is still considered domestic violence. So taking her word, right? Just looking at it from this perspective, if that is true, if that's the case, the man still got drunk and was throwing shit around in the house with his kids there. He got so drunk to the point that he thinks he blacked out and was throwing things around in the house and screaming while his children were there, all over the fact that she claimed she was supposedly having an affair or lied about having an affair. Is that, while that's better than slapping somebody in the face, again, going off of her words, it's still wrong. It's still not good. I don't know how anybody can hear that and be like, see guys, nothing happened. All he did was get so roaring drunk that he started throwing shit in the house with our kids there, and it's not really a big issue. They're focusing so much on the getting hit aspect and not the complete toxicity of that night in total. Now, say what you will. If this is the true version of events, it's still not good. Now, he's leaving, he's buying a new house, he's getting out and everything, right? But how often did that happen? And they're trying to say, well, he doesn't really drink. He only drank at the camping. He only drank when they were doing the camping trip, right? LolCow Fat Camp or whatever it was. Well, how do we know that? How do we know that that's the only time? I mean, they literally, because they saw something with wings, visual, they turned around and were like, well, how do we know this doesn't happen behind closed doors? Well, they just told you what happened behind closed door. He got drunk and was throwing shit all around. And they say he's been drinking more since LolCow Fat Camp. So how many nights was there where he got drunk and was throwing shit around in the last month, 2-3 months or something like that? It's just too many stories, too many versions of events. But it's interesting. It's interesting that this is her story, right? She's saying that she got jealous because she went through his phone. But in the police report, he said he got jealous of her having an affair and slapped her. 2-3 weeks later, she's telling Keem, I'm the one who actually got jealous. And I'm the one who did all of this. And as implied by Michael having marks on him, I'm the one who hit him. So now, almost a month later, she's telling Keem, everything that Mike told the cops, I actually did. I actually was the one to cause marks on him. I actually was the one to get jealous. It's just odd, don't you think? That only after everything has happened, she is now taking his admission to the police and saying, no, it was all me. Everything he told you, I did. It's weird. It's very odd. And if that's the case, why would Mike tell her that, or why would Mike tell two separate cops that version of events, that he was the one who got jealous and that he attacked her? It's just odd. I mean, again, I'm not in the business. I am not in the business of telling a woman or a person, hey, you're a victim, when they're not saying that they're a victim. I mean, if I'm seeing bruises on their face and shit, of course I'm going to turn around and say, yo, you're a victim, regardless if they're saying anything. But in this situation, with no pictures, no video evidence, we have a 911 phone call, which anybody can make, and then we have their now swapped stories as to what has occurred that night. It's just too much, too many different things. But it's just interesting how this has all come around. Now, if we get back to here, people are going to be like, oh, Keem is so bad because he monetized the abuse. listen, YouTube is, everybody does YouTube. Anyone puts out a video, they're hoping it's going to get views. They're hoping, I'm not going to get them for that. I don't give a shit. By all means. He's monetized worse. Let's be realistic. So it is just interesting how Bridget is the one saying everything Mike told the police. I'm actually the one who did it. I did that. It's just weird.
Started going crazy, started saying horrible shit to him, evil shit to him. And Mike stormed out of the house, left the house, and Bridget called the cops and lied to the cops that Mike was hitting her and all this other stuff. Yep. Then I was told that Mike came in the house and was like, what's going on? Bridget was telling Mike that she called the cops and she's on the phone with the cops. Yep. And when the cops come, they asked Mike if he hit her, and he goes, take me to jail. If she wants me arrested, then I'll be arrested. And they're like,
now, the only evidence that they have that this is the case is Michael telling them that is the case. That's it. There's no body cam. There's no documentation of it anywhere. They're only people who are confirming that this is the correct version of events is the two people who were involved. Now you can say, hey, that's great. That they're the ones who are involved. They should be the most trustworthy. But you're believing a story from somebody who is potentially an abuser and their victim. I don't know if you guys have followed the some of our Hassan coverage and the whole, Israel Palestine or anything, but a couple months ago there was this really, really, really popular video of I believe it was the Houthis, who had taken prisoners that Hassan was using this video to prove, oh, hey, look, the prisoners, they enjoy their time. Because while they're standing next to their kidnappers with guns, they're sitting there saying, hey, guys, we're being treated totally okay. We're fine. Don't worry about us. We are being taken care of. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. You got hostages saying that, no, guys, we're totally fine, while men with guns are standing next to them. I'm just, listen, just saying. Just saying. Oh, man. All right. I see some of you guys arguing in the chat. Hey, feel free to have discourse. Just keep it civil. Just keep it civil.
well, did you hit her? He goes, I hit her like 50 times. Yep, So
that's what drunk Mike is like.
Don't talk to the cops, man.
So,
but he was being
I don't know who this DC guy is, but yeah, he's 100% right.
sarcastic, like, oh, I hit her like a million
They don't
times.
know
Take me to the
that.
cops. Take me in.
Don't talk to the cops.
Now keep in mind, they're both sober 3 weeks, 2 weeks after the fact, telling me this on the phone. Okay. Then
Seek, what if Bridget is trying to protect Mike because that's the father of their children? It's entirely possible. Now, they do later say Bridget has every reason to go after Mike. They're gonna do if they're gonna call themselves Xylee. 100%. I agree with you. I'm not gonna call someone a victim if they aren't calling themselves that. You can't move forward with it. It's the same thing as the Destiny and what was it? Not Peaches, Destiny and Pixie drama. Pixie didn't come out. She wasn't saying anything. That's why Diorio and everybody else didn't want to make a video, didn't want to say anything. I'm not saying she's a victim. I'm saying there's so many different stories. So many people are taking someone else's story. They're saying they lied to the police, but didn't lie to Keem, when lying to the police can get you fined and or jailed. At this point in time, the only thing that there is to look forward to is the court date. If it's dropped, that's the end of it. Whether she's protecting him or not, whether this is true or not, there is nothing else to be done about it. And I keep the same energy that we had when it comes to the Becky Boop and the Richie situation. They settled it behind closed doors. Richie asked us respectfully not to cover it anymore. I respected his wishes. They haven't talked about it. There's nothing to talk about. The entire goal of this was to get all the information out because so many people were saying nothing happened, but you can't say that without the investigation being finished. I stick to my guns, though, that Keemstar should have waited until the investigation was done to say nothing happened. But he trusts Mike. He trusts Bridget. It is what it is. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an officer. I don't work for the DA's office. I'm not a judge. I have no ability to arrest somebody, prosecute. I can only give you the information that I have. Bridget having every single reason to go after Mike isn't entirely true. She won't get any of the money he spends on legal fees. She is, yes, entitled to alimony after the divorce and the child support, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of different things here, a lot of different versions. You can also hit it on the flip side. She's scared of him. She doesn't want to do that to the father of her children. There's a lot of different things. But at the end of the day, y'all, all we can do is sit here. Appreciate the subscription. All we can do is sit here and be as educated as possible. And what I want to say 100%, because I have seen it in the comments, I've let like one or two of these slide. And if I see more, I'm going to start deleting them. In no way, shape, or fucking form do I or anyone who works on this channel support the call for action to get CPS involved in this. Get your head out of your fucking ass. Did we not just witness what happened between Denims, Hassan, Casey Tron, Shonda Black, and H3? Stop with these calls to actions. Stop to these call to actions. The only people who should be calling CPS is the immediate family, somebody who sees something, not people on the internet. No. I do not support that. I do not condone that. I do not support or condone the harassment of anyone who's covered this, even if their views don't agree with yours. Guys, you have no idea what type of shit you can cause, okay? One snark Reddit already got shut down for trying to go ahead and get somebody deported. Another freaking snark Reddit potentially caused H3's family being invaded by CPS. Let's stop. From today on, if I see anyone saying that, you are being banned from the channel, you are getting blocked, everything's getting deleted. I don't care. Stop. Feel that way? Do not post it. The internet is wild.
Bridget apparently sent a letter to the judge or the prosecutor or whatever, explaining that she lied, you know, and she was drunk and intoxicated, and they were just arguing, right? And as far as I know, everything's being dropped when Mike goes to court. It was supposed to be
like 10 days, 15 days.
Yeah, it's like
from now.
10 days from now.
Yeah.
So I did hit them for being wrong that this was going to be dropped back in May. Mike came out and said that the court date got moved. One of his friends also came out and said the court date got moved. Hey, that's the information they were given. Courts do that all the time. I retract my statement. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Okay?
Now, Mike was supposed to have this all dropped like, I think 2 weeks ago or something?
Almost a month.
Almost a month ago.
Yeah.
Well over a month. It was supposed to be in May. We're in July, y'all. Come on, keep up.
Justice is slow. Trust me, I know.
Yeah. And I know like the 911 call got released. I have not heard it. But if it's Bridget saying Mike hit her, then that's the story I heard. Because that's what she did. She called 911, said Mike hit her.
Yep.
You know, on LolCowLive, I laughed about the situation. I said it's funny when you think about it. And it's not a big deal. And everyone said I was sweeping. But if Bridget and Mike are telling me the truth, that's what happened, then it is funny. These two drunk idiots fucking called the cops.
Can I be
It's definitely not funny. As an advocate here, as this channel, we have used this channel multiple times to say false police reports, false attempted imprisonment of somebody, especially in the case of domestic violence, is disgusting. And I feel their lackadaisical nature on this is a bit unfortunate. Now, I know that they don't want to swap over and go after somebody and et cetera, right? I get it. They don't want to just try and turn the fan base on Bridget. But at the time, it's still wrong of her to do. Seek, I see you said they didn't play the entire 911 call. That is absolutely true. I did say that in the beginning, and I will show you. I will prove to you that the phone call they listened to was edited.
Very controversial here. I don't really care. Fuck it. You can cancel me. I got liar tattooed on my face. I'm the kind of person that always says, believe the victim. And when the victim told me that she was drunk and being vindictive and she was just trying to get the guy in trouble because she was mad that he was fucking other women, I believe her. Well, I believe her when she tells me that she lied to the cops, when she says that's what she did, when she wrote a statement to the court saying I lied to the fucking cops. I'm gonna believe her. I'm sorry. Does that make me the asshole? Maybe I'm the asshole.
Well, JC talking sense, it's on video, not listening to the sweeping.
What?
Okay, that's another thing that's been getting annoyed. So many people have been referring to the 911 call as a video. It's not a video, it's an audio, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm freaking autistic like that. It's not a video, it's an audio.
What's on video?
But it's like, well, I can only go on what sober Bridget is telling me. I'm not gonna go on what drunk Bridget is telling me. So, I don't know what the sweeping is.
The other people are, like, somebody else is saying that Bridget might be sweeping. She's in the middle of a divorce. I don't know if you've ever met a divorced woman, but there's this old saying about hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. You might have heard it. If there was any truth to it, I don't think Bridget would fucking hesitate to fucking throw him under the bus.
Well, if
personally.
it was...
Keep this in mind. This is coming from somebody, Boogie, who has turned around and flip-flopped on his own supposed abuse between him and his mom, who on one hand uses it as a sword. I was abused. I was this. They did this to me. Da 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 da. And also use it as a shield. I was abused, but at times has also come out and said, you know, I forgive my mom. She didn't really do all that bad. You know, she loved me. She cared. But it's this man. I'm sorry. Boogie is not a moral compass figure that I'm going to follow. That's just me. This dude, he'll say whatever it is as long as he thinks you're going to like him. Boogster, I do enjoy when you're, you know, just being you. But man, when you turn around and just follow the road, it's annoying. Billy the Fridge is the highest master in Parasocial Island now. Keep an eye on his fans. They will attack anyone who touches him. Xylee has admitted this as well on Rewind. Billy definitely has the characteristics that he can have sycophantic fans. he's an incredibly chill mof.
If it was truthful and Mike really did hit her, I think when she was sober and going through a divorce with Mike, currently going through a divorce, I think she would be pretty adamant that Mike hit her.
That's not true. That's not true at all. Do you know how many victims, again, she's saying she's not a victim, but I'm speaking in general. Do you know how many victims or victimized people report domestic abuse? It's less for men than it is for women. Less men will report it, more women do. And even then, not a lot of the time, again, domestic violence in the third degree. If he was to go to trial for slapping Bridget twice, the maximum penalty is 90 days in jail or a $2,500 fine. That's not a lot. Let's say they weren't getting a divorce or the divorce proceedings continued and continued and continued. 90 days in jail, it's 3 months. We don't know when the divorce is supposed to be finalized. And considering the fact that they're still hanging out, even though this is something that occurs or has occurred previously, it's just difficult. There's 1.5 million reasons why somebody, a victim, would cover, would not say something, et cetera, et cetera. Again, speaking in generality, in general.
You know?
Yeah.
But she's not saying that. So I'm sorry, I gotta use common sense in the situation, right? If Mike was hitting her, Bridget going through a divorce with Mike.
Son 3 super chatted $19.99. Keem, you have to listen to the 911 call.
Here we
She
go.
is scared on the call, and this situation is worse than Jordy.
That's
I mean,
that's quite the statement.
I can listen to the 911 call, but Bridget already told me she called the cops and lied. So what? I don't know what you want me to do with that.
Actually, Bridget came on the show and told us that she called the cops and lied. She already came on the show and said that.
I was gonna say, like, what about swatting too? You know how like they call and they lie? You know? Just
What?
I haven't listened to the call. I can listen to the call.
What does this have to do anything about swatting? Is she trying to just like equate the two, that people call and just saying people will call and make false police reports? I mean, yeah, it's bad. People die in swattings. People also, it's a federal crime. People also go to jail for swatting and creating a false police report. You're kind of just giving weight to people saying that if Bridget did call and make a false police report, that she should suffer consequences for it, which I honestly completely agree. If true, and she lied and was doing this vindictively, she 100% needs some consequences. But we'll go over the reason why most likely that won't happen.
And my mind will completely change if I hear Mike hitting her on the call. Right. I can tell you that.
Now, again, he's saying my mind will change if I can hear Mike hitting her on the call. Well, now all of us know you're not going to hear that. All of us know that because she had already left the residence and was getting away from him. And let's be realistic, Mike's not going to be able to run and catch up to Bridget. I'm just being honest. So you're not going to hear that, but it's interesting to put that in there. It's also interesting that the version of the phone call that they listened to cuts out the portion where she claims she was hit. It's very interesting.
That much.
Oh, 100%.
Is this whole thing the case of the people versus like Kid Behind the Camera, or is this like it's not Mike v. Bridget, right?
If it was Mike v. Bridget, that would be a civil case. The people versus Mike Green is a criminal case. That's how it goes. If this was a civil case, she would have to be funding it on her own. The fact that it's a criminal case, it's funded by us, the taxpayers.
Yes, so Bridget did not want to press charges. Did not press charges. As far as I know, the state did. That's my understanding.
Of course the state did.
That's my understanding.
Yeah, this is why you don't talk to the police. Like, I'm not a cop hater. The cop, like...
Of course the state pressed charges when somebody admitted to doing something like domestic violence. Here's a dumb thing. If you didn't do a crime, don't admit to it. You're going to be arrested for it. If you walk up to the police and go, hey, I just killed somebody, they're not going to be like, oh, really? And you're like, yeah, I killed somebody. They're not going to be like, okay, well, you just wait here while we go and investigate. You go on about your day, sir or ma'am. Like, I mean, come on. Glock Shadows, I respect this dude for being down the middle and being one-sided to you, host. Appreciate it. Listen, I can only go off of what I have. I'm not, like Xylee said, I'm not going to call somebody a victim if they're not calling themselves it. I'm not white knighting for no muff. If you say you ain't a victim and you are a victim, hey, you can't turn around and hate on me for just saying you're not a victim. You said it yourself, and vice versa. I'm not going to just believe somebody because they say they're a victim. I need evidence, which is why I did the Freedom of Information Act. Not being one-sided, I figured as much, Glock Shadows, no worries. Thank you to the new subscriber.
Like the
police, I learned the hard way. Yeah. The cops are not your friends. The cops are allowed to lie to you. The cops are...
Suzanne, it was my neighbor. Appreciate new sub. It was my neighbor who called the police on my ex and he broke my nose, so his charges were bumped up to aggravated battery. Yeah, exactly. See, I'm going to use that as a perfect example. We ourselves should not be the one calling anything. Those people, the people around, the neighbors, they are the ones who should be. Mr. Kmplxity, how are you still a fan of Keemstar and this shit show of a network after all this stuff coming out? Javi, I don't watch LCU. I don't. Only LCU I watch is sometimes Rewind and sometimes Cafe. That's it. A fan of Keemstar, like I said in the last live, I can respect some of the things he's done. I don't watch LolCowLive. I don't watch LolCow Queens. I don't watch LolCow Nerds, LolCow Balls, LolCow Test, LolCow anything. I'm still in the Discord because at times things like this happen, and it's good to be able to get stuff that's not on the live. It's good to be able to see what people are saying. And sometimes there's stuff that gets put in the Discord that is never shared on a live, and you won't know about it unless, you know, we do. With the whole Becky versus Lynx thing, there was things in the Discord that was never shared on live and was only ever shared on our channel because we were in the Discord. You got to be where the news is. You got to be where the information is. No, cops are not allowed to lie. So cops are allowed to lie in an investigation, but not on a police report. So if they are talking to you, they're interrogating you, they have the ability to lie and be like, hey, your buddy just told us everything. Okay. Which is a lie, right? In an effort to get somebody to confess. But when it comes to putting pen to paper, they are not allowed to lie. They are not allowed to fill out false police reports themselves. That is 100% illegal. Rewind is cool, but Xylee got to drop the drinking. It ain't it. I didn't even know she was drinking on there. I thought it was a time or two. Either or. And that's not me being picky, as it shows Xylee telling Billy how great his nutsack is. Just isn't a good show. Well, we all have our opinions. I've dabbled in watching them here. They can verbally. Yes, exactly, Evol. They can lie verbally, not on pen and paper.
You're allowed to do whatever it takes to gather evidence. The cops are not your friends. Don't treat them like your friends. Treat them like somebody who is there to protect and serve, because they are. Mm-hmm. But they're also there to protect and serve everybody else. So they don't want to throw you under the bus because they think you're guilty or a bad person or some shit, right?
Yeah,
I get drunk. I get nice when I drink once a week. Listen, I've watched a lot of Xylee lives. I've also watched the clips of her being drunk. Xylee seems like the type of auntie who will get herself crack open, you know, some like I don't know, what are you, a Mike's, a liquor or something, and just sit and watch as all the dumb people do dumb things. I mean, might she say some sideways stuff during that time? Sure, but it's funny. Okay. Xylee is the drunk auntie who sits back, laughs at the kids, laughs at everybody doing dumb stuff at the cookout. That's my version of her. It's not everybody's taste. It's not everybody's cup of tea. I enjoy it. I think it's funny.
The police serve an essential function, and it's stupid to unilaterally chant to defund them. But like, if you're in trouble with the law, don't talk to the cops. Speak.
I want to skip
gay cult. And I guarantee I know what's going to do.
Kmplxity super chatted $20. I need more drinks for this.
Am I going to listen to a drunk Bridget or a sober Bridget?
Where did they listen to the call? Let's get to it. Okay, all that's definitely getting cut out of the VOD. Okay, this is where they play the call from. This is where they play the call from. This is where they start.
You probably will not like hearing whatever this is. So just be careful.
I don't know enough about this entire situation to comment intelligently about it, but everyone's gonna take shots about me, like saying whatever I want or saying about like the police. Like no matter what you're
Where
getting yourself involved
now? Where are you safe right now? Or are you separated?
This is where they start the call. Where are you at right now? Are you separated? That's where they started, right? It's not playing previous to this.
But everyone's gonna take shots about me, like saying whatever I want or saying about like the police. Like no matter what you're getting yourself involved
right now? Where are you safe right now? Or are you separated?
Okay, here is the call that I uploaded on our channel. As you can see, skipped 9 seconds ahead because in the first 9 seconds, that is where the address is dropped. Let's listen to what was cut out of the version of the call they listened to.
Yes.
Do you need police?
My husband just punched me in the face like
He
5
just
times.
All right. Where are you at right now? Where are you safe right now? Or are you separated?
Are you safe right now? Are you separated? Remember where their call started.
It's like no matter what you're
Where
getting
are you
yourself
at
involved
right now? Where are you safe right now? Or are you separated?
Where are you at right now? Are you safe? Are you separated? That is where they started the call. That is where they started the call.
Okay.
And this is what they cut out of the call.
Yes.
Do you need police?
My husband just punched me in the face like
He
5
just
times.
All right.
Why? Why edit the phone call? Say the part of the phone call where she says Michael punched her in the face 5 times. What's the point? What's the reason for it? I literally just showed that the first 9 seconds, again, I'm not going to play it. You can listen to it. The first 9 seconds is the address, that was leaked. The first 9, the next 10 seconds of the phone call is her saying that she was punched in the face 5 times by Mike. And then it goes on to say, are you safe right now? That's where they start the phone call. Are you safe? Why? Why? What's the point? If this is a nothing burger, if this is all being dropped, if there's no issues, nothing to see, this is all BS, why would you edit that out? Now, I'm not accusing Keem of editing it. I'm not accusing Boogie. I'm not anything. Why would you get an edited version? Maybe they didn't know it was an edited version, but how many people have re-uploaded this phone call? How many people have covered this phone call to its entirety and just simply edited out the freaking address or bleeped it out? In the new video that's being processed and put up, I bleep it out. In this video right here, it's currently going through the editing process of taking out the address. But it's interesting. Let's listen again.
Yes.
Do you need police?
My husband just punched me in the face like 5 times.
All right. Where are you at right now? Where are you safe right now? Or are you?
And
It's like no matter what you're
Where
getting
are you
yourself
at
involved
right now? Where are you safe right now? Or are you separated?
Ben, I see you try to come on and everything. I saw that. Let me just read your here. Their cope is going to be that the address was dropped. They're obviously lying. Why won't you say they're lying? The address was dropped. The address is dropped. In the original audio, the raw audio, the address is in there. But it is the first 9 seconds of the phone call. The next 10 seconds is her stating that she was punched in the face 5 times. If they really wanted to avoid leaking the address to thousands of viewers, they could have just cut out the first 9 seconds and not the following 8 seconds to 10 seconds of her stating that she was punched in the face. I don't know. I find it incredibly difficult to believe that nobody heard it. I mean, the only people I think that Keem could potentially blame on this, or any of them could potentially blame on this, is going to be the docket team. But they didn't say they got this from the docket team. They didn't ask for the viewers to turn around and send them the audio. They already had the audio. They already had the audio ready to go. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's just interesting. You guys, hey, listen. I'm not saying anybody on that team did it. Maybe there is a version of this phone call that's completely edited that portion out. It's just a little weird why they would. It's literally like the most damaging portion of the call. Y'all go ahead and come to your own conclusions. Now, let's see what they do have to say about this phone call.
Inside, but I'm outside. Oh God!
All right, take it. Hey, hey.
In the face so many times.
Also, Keem said he never listened to the call, so how does he know there was a leaked address? Well, there's been plenty of people who actually said that it is a leaked address. Somebody could have said something. Again, don't know. But at the end of the day, you 100% should be making sure if you're choosing to respond to a 911 phone call. I don't know about you guys, but I'd make sure I had the entire damn call. I'd make sure I had the entire thing. When we covered the schizophrenic who was shot by the police for potentially throwing boiling hot water on the police, we looked at both of the body cam footage. We looked at different full length body cam footage video. We looked at everything that was publicly available. And we realized we were wrong about our first initial assessment as to what occurred. Again, it's up to you guys to believe it. What could happen is if they figured out they had contact with the victim and no contact order says not to, they would be held accountable as well, not just Mikey Boy. That's another thing I have seen. A lot of people are saying there's a protection order, that there's a protection order between the two of them. I have absolutely no idea. Absolutely no clue if there is one, because in the FOIA request, it didn't say added on charge breaking or the protection order. So I have no clue. Ben, that is true. The thumbnail that we put out does say that. But again, they don't stay. They're going to turn around and to combat that and say, well, we didn't grab it from the lasting opinion. I don't know where it came to me. Someone sent it to me or yada, 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 yada. Or I had somebody else listen to it before. Like, there's no way to prove or disprove that they're using my video. There's no way to prove it, right? So there's no way to crucify other than to say you listen to an edited version of this phone call and the edited version left out the biggest bombshell of the damn call. I'm just saying. Protection orders are one-sided, yes. And again, this is the whole reason why I say don't go calling police. Because if Bridget has a protection order against Mike and she's not even calling the police, that's an uphill battle. You're not winning it. You're not doing anybody any favors. Leave it alone. Let the police themselves handle it.
Hello?
I'm still here. Where is he?
He's inside right now.
Okay.
I fucking walked. It's a call.
No, I want you to stay separated.
You open that? I just clipped my.
Does he have any weapons?
No.
Okay. Has anybody been drinking?
Yeah, we both are.
So they're both drinking.
Do you need?
Which doesn't make any of this right. If anything, it's an aggregating factor, not lesser.
Mike and Bridget told me. Yep.
I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. When he fucking hit me, I fucking saw white, so whatever that fucking means.
Okay. When he hit me, I saw white. What's the response?
You saw lights when he hit you?
Yes.
Did you pass out?
Hurry now, please hurry. Please.
They're on the way. They're already on the way.
Okay.
Yeah. What's your name?
Bridget.
What's your name?
Please fucking hurry. He's coming.
Okay. I'm staying on the phone.
There's nothing to be said. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know. Like, you can't break something. You can't turn around and be like, hey, well, she said she lied. He said it was like hitting when he hit me in the face, yada, yada, yada. And, you know, the crazy thing is that they're actually get informed later that Bridget claimed she was punched in the face 5 times, because they do say, well, she says on the 911 call that she was punched 5 times, which was never heard by them on this 911 phone call because it's been edited. And they're trying to compare police report between what she said and what was written down. Well, what was written down isn't what Bridget said. It's what Mike said. So she can call and assert that she was punched 5 times, but he's the one admitting to slapping her twice. They're going to write that down. They already have the 911 phone call where she makes this accusation. It's not necessary for them to turn around and put it down in the police report. 100%, it would be nice, sure. But it's not necessary because they already have it as evidence in the police call. Not only that, but they questioned Mike, not Bridget, from what it seems like. Other than talking to her, they didn't find it to be put down. Mike's 100% innocent. I know for a fact. Hey, if he is, he is. I mean, unfortunately, the case being dropped doesn't mean he's not guilty. Doesn't mean he's innocent. That's just not how it being dropped works. So at the end of the day, I wish we had the body cam, which could prove or disprove Michael's accounts of that evening. And if we had the body cam, and it proved what Mike said happened, where he was flippant about his nature, about what he said, if he was saying it sarcastically, I would 100% take what I say and say, look, body cam shows the intent behind what he said versus what was placed on the police report. But we don't have it. We have to go off of what we have. And I am not going to just trust somebody's word. And like, I can't, there's nothing I could do. Because what am I going to say? Well, that's what he said. And someone's going to say, okay, well, that's what this police report here says. So, not a judge, let's go.
Phone with you, okay? What's your name, hon?
I'm running on my goddamn road right now because I don't fucking trust them.
You're running?
Yes, I'm literally on my road right now because I don't trust him.
A three-legged mermaid super chatted $20. Take advantage of me like that, Keem.
Calling my name. No, I got the cops on you. Leave me alone. Go. No.
So she's screaming at him that she called the cops.
This is consistent with Mike told me is that he tried to call him out.
Yeah.
What's his name?
His name is Michael Green.
Michael Green. What's your name?
Bridget West.
What West?
Yes.
Bridget West?
Stop talking to me. I'm on the phone with the cops. Leave me alone.
Miss West, what's your first name?
Bridget.
Bridget, okay.
Okay, someone in the chat said, but Keem, you just told us they were sober.
Did you go back in the house?
I told 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
No, he's
What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay. Which way are you walking?
Towards the fucking road to Central.
Towards Central?
Hey, I'll have to agree with you there, Ben. The TTS over the phone call was annoying. Listen, one in the freaking chat, if it was annoying to you, having to listen to the TTS while trying to also listen to a phone call, while trying to also listen to their response to what's being said on the phone call. That was like, I'm hearing so many different things. I'm trying to listen to what they're saying. Like, dude, just pause it. Just pause it or read it off later. Like, holy Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
All right, they're coming. I'm just staying on the phone with you, okay? Let me know if he continues to follow you.
Stop talking to me! God damn it, stop!
Stop talking.
No,
stop talking
stop.
to me. No, stop hitting me. Stop.
Yes, not stop hitting me, Boogie, because he's not actively hitting her. Like, Boogie, if you're talking to me and I tell you to stop talking to me, that doesn't mean that there wasn't some physical altercation. She's telling him to stop doing the thing he's doing in that current situation. Oh, brother. Glock Shadows, what are we hitting 1 for? The 1 was if you agree that the TTS over the phone call was annoying as hell.
Chasing me, stop talking to me.
So fucking close! I don't fucking trust you, go! Please hurry. God damn it, please hurry.
He's still behind you?
Yeah, he's like...
Okay,
he's like,
okay.
closer, like, God damn it!
They have nothing at all to say about him getting closer and closer to her. What I mean, listen, you can say, hey, he's lying. Hey, she lied about hitting him, but you have nothing to say. Listen, if a girl's accusing me of abuse, I'm not chasing her down a road at night while she's screaming in the neighborhood to leave her alone. I don't know about you guys. I don't know about any of the dudes in chat. I don't know about any of the girls in chat. But if somebody is accusing you of domestic violence, are you chasing them down a dark road at night while they're screaming at the top of their lungs to leave them alone? Now, again, you could say, hey, he was drunk. Well, he had the wherewithal to go back after a while. It doesn't look good. However you cut it, it just doesn't look good. Alex Garnett, they're saying nothing right now because they're actively trying to figure out a way to sweep this while the call is going on. Listen, it does seem like they have absolutely nothing to say. Nothing at all to say about what's being said. If she truly is lying, point out the parts where she lied. Point out and be like, okay, this was a lie. You can still say, okay, she was lying, but Mike, in this situation, should have just left her alone and waited for it to die down.
Okay, what does Michael look like? Is he white?
Yeah, he's white. He's 350 pounds.
How old is Michael? How old is Michael?
37.
37.
37.
6'2", 87?
Yes. Stop following me, Michael.
Yeah, I know that the police report is the key, Ben. I mean, the police report is the only legitimate let Ben Thorpe on to give his opinion. I appreciate the dono. I'm going to be solo streaming this for a minute. But the phone call is just an accusation. The phone call is just an accusation, right? The police report speaks for itself because you have two separate officers confirming what was said. And we have no other evidence that contradicts it. If it's out there, I wish I had it to be able to give as much information as I can, but I can't.
Sophie Ninja said Keem had his mind up before playing the call. His opinion can't be trusted.
Now you're talking over the phone call. People can't hear it. Come on, man.
My opinion is based off of speaking to Bridget.
They're coming to you as fast as can, okay?
Okay.
Can you pause that for a second?
He's probably walking back to the house now. I don't know. He's no more.
So he walked back to the house at this point. It's like, all right, I guess I'll go sit and wait for the cops. Not that he got, like, he ran, not that he hid. It's like, I guess I'll talk to the cops. Sounds like a very...
There's something I want to say. There's like more to the story that they both told me, but I don't know if I should say it.
Say it. Let's go. Let's go.
I don't know, and I'll tell you why.
Let me say, I'm going to say this. I don't care. I don't fucking care anymore. Everyone's calling me a liar and a sweeper. I'm just going to tell the truth. Mike had marks on him. Bridget had 0 marks. 0. So.
Where's the evidence of that? You can't just say that happened. You can't just come out and say that happened and provide no evidence whatsoever. Trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. Another thing, why would the 2 officers who gave their testimonies on the report lie about the events that took place when they arrived? What reason would they have to lie about? Well, the police themselves didn't themselves lie. What the narrative is that they were told to lie and they wrote it down. That's up to you, the viewer, to decide if that's the truth or not. But it's just interesting that everything Mike admitted to in the police report, Bridget is now saying she did after the fact. That's just interesting.
Even have the photos.
I can't believe you actually said it.
I have the photos.
I can't believe you actually said it.
You know, it's like,
God damn it, man.
Look,
it's right to say it, but I can't believe you said it.
Wait.
Look,
Let me make sure.
I'm not happy that Bridget did this, but I will say this about Bridget, right? She owned her shit, right? I spoke to her.
What's up, Doza?
And she said, I got drunk, I got pissed off, I looked at his phone, and I fucking called the cops, and I just wanted him to be in trouble. And then Mike told me when the cops got there, he told the cops, yeah, she wants me to go to jail? Fine, I'll go to jail, because he was drunk. He goes, I hit her 15
Appreciate the new sub.
times or some shit like that, right? You know, look, I obviously do not support domestic violence. Guys, can you please stop? I don't. I talked to Bridget.
Okay. This might be controversial here. I'm going to say right now, Keem himself is saying he's going off of what he believes his friends are telling him. I, in my personal opinion, do not believe Keem's, whether ignorance or not, right? Because we don't know exactly what happened that night. Him deciding to go off and believe what they're saying sober, in my opinion, is not enough to say he supports domestic violence. Now, if we had photo evidence, if we had the body cam, if we had evidence that this, you know, pictures and all that stuff, you know, black eye, whatever it might be, if we had the body cam where Mike is 100% in a non-sarcastic way saying that he hit her, yada, 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 then I would 100% say, yeah, you can say that he's sweeping, or not sweeping, but that, yes, he supports it by not acknowledging it. But as of right now, we have her saying it didn't happen. We have the police report. We don't have how it happened. We have no video evidence of that night. And him wanting to trust his friends, in my opinion, is not enough, because we don't have enough evidence to turn around and say, hey, this is the truth. Charges are being dropped. It's just, I wish we had the body cam. I wish we had the body cam. That would put all of this to bed. This would put all of this to bed. 100%. Holy Jesus. Need to see the report to care. Yeah, and police report is the one thing that isn't going to lie here 99% of the time. So, Michael's own admission of it.
And Bridget told me that this is all bullshit.
So the photos show that Mike was harmed, Bridget was not, but the police report says otherwise?
Yeah.
No, the private photos that Mike sent supposedly to Keemstar shows that he was harmed. We don't know if this is true. We do not know any of that. Yeah, I understand that the standard is not absolute video proof, Ben. I 100% agree with you. What I am saying is that you can draw a logical conclusion from the police report to say that Mike hit her. The problem with this The problem with this is the fact that she is contradicting it. You can have the opinion, hey, he's guilty. And I'm not going to fault you for that. In no way, shape, or form am I going to fault you for that. But I'm saying I wish I had the body cam footage, which would put all of it to bed, would show whether or not he was saying that he hit her sarcastically. Because if it showed he was hitting her sarcastically, like he said, yes, I hit her like 1,000,000 times, da 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 da. It is different than what was put on police report. Because you could say, subject told me he hit her, and then the body cam footage is like, yes, I beat her, I hit her, then I got on my magical horse and did this, did that. So South Carolina law makes body cam not, FOIA available. Yep. I think, though, that there's enough in the police report alone for anybody to come to the conclusion that he hit her. That's just me, through his own admission.
Yeah. He said that he did it. He just admitted to it while drunk and just was being stupid.
Yeah. I don't understand why the police report would say that she had marks on her when the photo evidence clearly contradicts it.
Well, that's another thing in the South, especially whatever.
I'm sweeping. I'm literally the reason why you guys have the 911 call and the goddamn police report, bro. But I'm sweeping. Okay. Ben, why didn't you file for the Freedom of Information Act? Why didn't you do it? Fuck out of here. I'm sweeping. I'm saying I would love to have the body cam footage to put all of this to bed. Motherfucker, you wouldn't even have the ability to cover any of this had I not gotten the FOIA. The fuck? Get out of here, bro.
Women call for DB, or anyone, whoever calls first, they get the one-up in a way.
I just, like, look, here's the deal.
You're correct. Michael's saying that isn't the same. 100%. Why I'm saying that I would love to have the body cam footage, which could disprove his story of events. Ben, are you telling me right now you would not want the body cam footage if it showed Mike was lying about how he told the police? Or what he told to the police. When will the body cam come out? Okay, guys, body cam will never come out. South Carolina law does not release body cam footage under the Freedom of Information Act.
Mike is really hitting on Bridget. I would not be friends with Mike.
I agree.
Would you be friends with Mike if he's hitting Bridget?
Obviously, fucking.
I wouldn't. But when Bridget is telling me that she lied and that they were just drunk fighting.
And she's got access to Twitter
What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to be like, no, Bridget, you're really getting beat. You're lying to me now, Bridget. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's like Bridget has every incentive to make sure Mike is fully charged if she was actually hit.
Okay, Ben, you're saying the body cam footage would add nothing. In my opinion, the evidence is conclusive. Fine. That's your opinion, brother. That's your opinion. And you're totally entitled to it. The same way I'm entitled to say that the evidence is more than enough for people to come to the conclusion that he hit her. I'm also entitled to the opinion that I would love to have the body cam footage to disprove him on his narrative of how he told the cops that he hit her. That's it. That's it.
Going through a divorce. Bridget takes all the money, millions of dollars, if this is true. Yep. She has every incentive to stick to this story. But no, she did the opposite and wrote a fucking letter to the goddamn prosecutor saying this isn't true.
Yeah,
I want it dropped.
They're literally in the middle of a divorce. If sober Bridget was as vindictive as drunk Bridget, she would literally tweet it out right now.
I'm sorry, I don't care what anybody says in this chat. I gotta go with my common sense.
Well,
they're going through a divorce. She has
Well, common sense also tells you that if somebody is a victim, they're incredibly unlikely to press charges. It's literally what people say. It's literally a statistic. It's literally a statistic. You can disprove Mike/Keem's story without body cam footage 100%. Let me come up and prove it to you. Dude, you don't have to prove it to me. I agree with you. I agree that you have the ability to say, hey, what you're telling happened and how it happened isn't what's in the police report, which does disprove it. I'm saying the body cam footage would be another nail in the coffin, Ben. We're not arguing about this. We're just not, brother. Like, sorry, not sorry. Yeah, I find it crazy that when the Kelly situation happened, everyone was like, no, you covered for him quickly. You are the victim, Kelly. Meanwhile, they're actively sweeping for Mike here. See, and that's exactly what I'm saying as well. They're saying that they are more than willing to call and or to say that Kelly is sweeping because there's video evidence of Wings being physical with his wife and knocking her over. I totally understand that. But there's more than enough evidence here too to at least say that she could be a victim. You have to say, you have to. If she's willing to lie to the police, what makes you think she's not willing to lie to you? She lies to the police. That's legal repercussion. She lies to you, nothing happens. Common sense would tell you she has more incentive to lie to you, Mike's business partner, than lying to the police and saying, no, this didn't happen because you want that bread to keep coming in every single month. There's more evidence than the police report. Bridget's story adds to the evidence in an interesting way. It does. What more evidence is there than the police report and the 911 call? I'd love to see that. They're actively saying Mike is innocent. Nothing bad happened. They were both drunk. Nothing to see here. Nothing happened. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. They're completely dismissing all of it because she's saying that nothing happened and providing a different series of events rather than turning around and saying people don't just make 911 calls for no reason. People who are in fear of their life don't just start saying, oh God, he punched me in the face 5 times. She could very easily have just called the police and said, hey, my husband is throwing things. I'm scared. I'm very in fear of my life. He's throwing things around. He's doing all this. Why did she say he hit her 5 times in the face? That's an extreme. It's also the reason why 7 officers responded to the scene. Way too much, way too many different narratives, way too many different stories. But you have more than enough to conclude that he is guilty of something, of hitting her.
Boogie. Again, there's a lot of people in chat who think they know better than Bridget.
Well, no,
and I'm going to trust Bridget.
And then chat will be like, oh no, Keem wants to keep Mike in the LCU for Queens. Bro, me and Mike make like $5-7 grand a month on Queens. That's nothing to either one of us.
Yep.
To either one of us. We don't give a shit.
The problem is that her story doesn't refute the evidence. It substantially confirms the evidence. He was throwing things is assault. If he's throwing things at her, that would be assault. If he's throwing things against the wall, that would be domestic violence. As it is, I was scared is assault, brother. So if I say I'm scared, that means I'm assaulted. That's not how that works, Ben. That's not how that works, brother. Him throwing things and yelling at her is covered under domestic violence in general, not even just in the 3rd degree. Him throwing stuff is an assault. Him throwing stuff at her is assault. Regardless, like I said earlier, look up what assault means. You might be surprised. I might be. Yeah, I could definitely might be.
And you fought for the Kelly shit whenever all that happened, so let's not claim that you like DV or some shit, because we were on Kelly's side.
All right, continue playing it, because I do want to hear it, because I haven't heard it yet.
Confusing assault with battery. You know what, Ben? Because I haven't looked into both of those, I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'm not going to say that you're wrong. I don't think that's the case. But again, I'll have to look at the legislation as to what it actually is and then go otherwise.
Did TTS stop working? I saw 2 of them come in.
Really?
Yeah. I saw 2.
We're not on the website.
I saw 2 of them they haven't read yet.
Were they $20?
Yeah.
No, they weren't.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I didn't see them come in.
We weren't on the website, so.
Worrying about the super chats when listening to a phone call.
Bring the website up.
At Quantum Chris
Is there anywhere you can
5028
hide?
super chatted $20. Do y'all not realize that alcohol is going to exaggerate emotions beyond what actually occurred? She said afterward she lied to get at him. Of course, she's going to be performative on the phone call.
Is there? I know you're
Apply
right there
some
by
critical
Central. And there's not
thinking.
much there. Is there somewhere you
At
can
Memory
hide?
super chatted $19.99 for the 3 incompetents in camp chairs. Common sense would also tell you that perhaps the reason Bridget's
Bridget.
not going to press charges is because she has more to lose if she does
You
than if
just
she
at the front.
doesn't.
Is there anywhere you can hide? There's
At
not really
Jared
much
the Red
there.
super chatted $20.
Yeah,
The fact that they're trying to talk to the super chats to chat while the freaking phone is going on. Like, bro, just pay attention to the phone. There's no point in even playing it if you're not even going to listen to the call. There's no point. Why even play it? Why even play it at this point? Here's the thing. Mike gets convicted, 90 days maximum. Maybe he gets 30. There's also the possibility of him not even doing jail time. In South Carolina, even if he was to be going to trial, they have the ability to turn around and say, hey, instead of going to trial, how about you take this anger management course? And he's out on the street. So if he is hitting her, it's entirely possible he doesn't even serve jail time. That's incentive to not go forward with the allegations. Yes, the police report did say that there was red marks on her face, specifically on the left side of the face. And from what I've learned, Michael is right-handed, like most humans are. So if he was to be striking her, it would be the left side of her face that would be red or would have any sort of injury on it.
Yeah,
Whoever uploaded the version, I heard they need to give out their address
Okay.
because there's kids there and nobody needs to know that. Also, it's my pension check, not disability tears of joy, although I could file for it because of my back.
Also, somebody just pointed out to me there was no bond because even the police were exposed.
There was no bond?
There's no bond.
Oh my God.
I don't want you to go back to the house, okay? I want you to stay up as far away as you can until officers get out with you.
Huh?
Yeah,
Do we
no,
know if
I'm
the call
at the
that
very
we're playing
fucking
has all the
front. They'll
personal
see me.
information redacted?
I don't know. It doesn't
He's
matter
gone.
at this point.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
And he was like,
At
I
the
wish you'd at
originals
least tell me
underscore
goodbye.
shorts super chatted
Yeah, okay.
$27.08. Keen, why did the police report say Bridget had red marks on her face if didn't touch her?
That's not what I was told. That's not what I was told.
I know you're scared. I'm so.
So he just said, that's not what I was told. That's not what I was told. So you just learned something brand new. And this entire time, you've been saying how you have all the evidence, how you know the entire story, how they told you everything. And now you just learned something new that you weren't told and are still willing to stick by the fact that, oh, I know everything, guys. I know everything. I was told everything by them, and I trust them, even though I wasn't told this portion of events.
I
Sorry.
don't know why she had red marks on her face. That's new information to me. But obviously, the relationship is toxic, and that's probably why they're getting a divorce.
Right, that's exactly why they're getting a divorce.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Let me
Stop
know when
saying
you
I
see my
support
officer,
domestic
okay?
violence. I clearly don't. Come on.
He's right here.
He's with you?
Yeah, he just pulled up.
Okay, I want you to go talk to him, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I will say this. If
Bye-bye.
Bridget ever tells me, hey, Mike did hit me, I'd fire him.
Yeah, obviously.
I'd like to offer a perspective.
So the only way he's going to believe that Mike hit her is if Bridget says something. And I think that's telling in and of itself, because I could be facetious here and say, so what you're saying is if Bridget shows up with 2 black eyes from Mike's house, you're not going to believe her unless she says something that happens. I highly doubt that's going to be the case, but there is the ability to look at evidence surrounding the case to turn around and deny that she isn't a victim, or that she is a victim. Sorry. It's just one of those things where, again, if the victim doesn't come forward, nobody's going to want to believe it. Nobody's going to turn around and say anything. Nobody wants to. It's like, okay, don't read any further into it. Yet we all know how often victims choose to not say anything, recant their story, turn around and say, I tripped, all this other stuff. It's just, I don't know. Common sense tells you people lie. Common sense tells you people lie. If the body cam footage gets dropped, Keem would go, there's no bruising. Boogie would say her face is red from drinking. So on the her face is red from drinking portion, this is what I want to say. If her face was red from drinking, why didn't the police report say that her face was red from drinking and not specifically identify the left side of her face as red? I don't know about you guys, but anytime I've seen somebody's face red from drinking, they're completely flush. They get rosy red cheeks, as in both sides, both cheeks, their entire face is red. They don't just get redness on one side of the face. I'm just saying. And on top of that too, yeah, just like you're saying, Ben, bruises take time to develop, and they didn't hear about this until 2 to 3 weeks later. They weren't talking about this 2 to 3 weeks later. Now, do we know if they saw Bridget in those 2 to 3 weeks? I have no clue. I just think it's incredibly interesting how they can hear redness to the left side of her face and simply say, well, her face is red because she's drinking. Well, it's not what the report said. The report specifically identified just one side of her face as red, not her entire face, one side of her face.
That I don't see often shared. But
so obviously that's the end of it. That's the end of it. Now, they were saying that Bridget had put out a statement on Twitter saying exactly what happened, recanting what she said. This is Bridget's Twitter. Okay. Remember, this happened on April 4th of this year. So June. Gonna keep going down. June, May. We're in May 7th, May 6th, April 29th. This happened April 3rd. And he was released on April 4th. That's April 9th, April 6th, March 29th, April 6th. This is after the incident supposedly happened. There is nothing on her Twitter account denouncing what happened. Did she put something out previously? From what I've heard, yes. And if that's the case, it means she's deleted it from her Twitter account. Could mean one of two things. It could mean that she deleted it because she sent a letter to the DA's office, was advised by counsel to delete it because you don't want things to mix match. It could also mean that whatever was in the letter that she sent doesn't entirely match what was on that Twitter post. I don't have it. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen a screenshot of it. I have no clue what was on that Twitter post. I just think it's interesting that she deleted it. And no reason why as to why she did. Okay. So we're going to get down to this right here. Now, this is South Carolina legislation, section 16, 17, 725. making false complaint to law enforcement officers, giving false information to rescue squad, fire department, misrepresenting identity of the law enforcement officer during traffic stop or to avoid arrest or criminal charge. Obviously, the giving false information to rescue or making a false complaint to law enforcement is what we are going to look for more than anything else. Subsection A, it is unlawful for a person to knowingly make a false complaint to a law enforcement officer concerning the alleged commission of a crime by another, or for a person to knowingly give false information to a rescue squad or fire department concerning the alleged occurrence of a health emergency or fire. Subsection B, it is unlawful for a person to misrepresent blah, blah, blah during a traffic stop. A person who violates the provision of this section is guilty of a misdemeanor and upon conviction must be fined no more than $200 or imprisoned for no more than 30 days, which is a month. Now, the reason why I don't think that she is going to suffer anything big here is because she was drunk, she was hysterical, and they're in the middle of a divorce. And I think, just me personally, the DA's office is going to look at that and go, I don't really think anyone's going to turn around and convict this. Like, even if she is convicted, she's probably just going to have to pay the fine of $200, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I don't see her getting, I don't see her getting prosecuted for this at all. If this is true, right? I really just do not see it. You have it right here. Obviously, it is 100% illegal to do so, but I really do not see it. And it's very difficult to listen to that 911 call and be like, this is, and to just believe, you know what? I got drunk and I lied. It happens. It happens. But I just do not see it at all. Being drunk doesn't mitigate the circumstances at all. 100% I agree with you, Ben. Tech, she said he punched her. He admitted to punching her or slapping her. I don't see them both drunkenly lying about the same thing. That's the other thing that I'm saying. Why would they both lie about the same thing that happened? Why would Bridget come out 2 to 3 weeks later and say that everything Mike admitted to in the police report was actually what she did? Why is she taking his story from the police report? Why is she saying she was the one who did it and not Mike? And if there's pictures of Mike having marks on him, where are they? Maybe they'll come out after the court date. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. Adults who are drunk are still fully responsible under the law. Going through a divorce doesn't mitigate it. I'm not saying, so what I'm saying is, no, it does not mitigate the situation in and of itself. But the DA has the discretion to press charges or to not press charges. And they can look at this as a messy divorce and simply not take the time and taxpayers' money to go for it. That's what I'm saying, because it's happened plenty of times in the past where people make a false report. They get some sort of like probationary thing. They have to pay something, or they do the 30 days in jail, or they're just not prosecuted at all. I don't think it happened. I don't think it's going to happen. If it does happen, we'll cover it. But I just don't see it happening. I don't. Not in this area. Why are you avoiding to let Ben up to have an actual conversation? Brother, Ben can have a conversation. He has his own thing. I'm not here. I have no obligation to let any person come up and talk to me, whether it's Ben or anybody. There's literally, just because he wants to come up and talk to me doesn't mean I'm going to be like, oh, the one and only Ben Thorpe wants to talk to me. Let me stop the stream right now. No, that's definitely not happening. Oh my gosh. If I want to talk to Ben, I will talk to Ben.
By people discussing claims.
So that the cops saw marks on her face, people are saying.
Yeah, everyone's saying that there's a number of people are saying the police report contradicts some of the stuff that you know.
Should I read?
Yeah, read the police report.
So here's from the police report. Upon arrival, I met with Bridget. She stated that the male, later identified as Michael Green via their online, struck her several times in the face. I observed some redness to the left side of her face. She stated she was uninjured and denied EMS. Other officers, she literally told the cops she was uninjured.
Okay.
Okay.
If Michael Green were to strike a female in
Richie, Plex, the problem with your theory of a false report is they're openly using it as his defense, so there's no trial. It's admitted to defending him. I get what you're saying. It is a defense of him. 100%. I agree with you. What I'm saying is I do not think the DA's office is going to press charges against Bridget in this situation. I think they're going to look at it as a messy divorce, a wild night, and just drop all of it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If she ends up having a court date for falsifying a police report, then she does. She has it. I'm saying my own personal opinion in situations like this, a lot of the time, it doesn't go to trial. They do not go after the person who made the false police report. And I disagree with that. I think you should. I think every single person, whether under the influence of whatever, is making a false police report, they 100% should be tried. Kmplxity chat, and I can't help but come to the logical conclusion here that you're trying to avoid talking to me because you are desperately hoping that you can have access to the LCU. So you think I'm choosing not to talk to you because I don't want one of what? So I don't get banned? Oh no. If I get banned from the LCU Discord, that means I'm just going to have to make another free Discord account and rejoin it. Who the fuck cares, bro? The thing is, I'm not choosing to talk to you because I'm doing my own thing here. If you want to give your opinions, go for it. Give your opinions, bro. I haven't banned you or anything, even though you have all of your people out here spamming to let you on. I don't care. You can come to whatever conclusion you want, Primp. I really just don't want to talk to you right now. That's it. It wasn't false. She just decided not to cooperate and is protecting him. The real RYT. That's also, yeah, that's entirely possible. I do see, though, where people are saying she's defending him. She's choosing not to press charges. She wants it to be dropped. And like I said at the beginning of this, if that's the case, there is nothing more to cover. There is nothing more to do. Nothing. Unless this was going to trial, there is nothing more to cover come the end of the month. Same as the Becky and Richie situation. Nothing more to cover. They dropped it. They stopped talking about it. And if that's the case, this at the end of the month or the beginning of next month will be the final coverage of this situation. I'm not going to A-log it. I'm not going to make a million live streams, a million videos talking about all the what ifs and all that crap. Everything I did was to get all the information out there. It's all good. It costs $10 to get a new account in the Discord server. It's not free. No, but making a new Discord is free, and making a new Discord account is free. And $10, who cares, dude?
In the face.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a lot redder than more than red. The man weighs 400 pounds. He's 6 foot 2.
You're gonna probably have a bruise, right? It's a red mark. I don't know what that means.
She was drinking. What happens to a lot of people's faces when they get drunk? They turn fucking beat.
All right, Ben, this is going to be the last time I respond to this whole, I'm scared of you. It's interesting that you're spending all this time to make sense of people's motives, but you won't scrutinize your own. I don't need to scrutinize my own motives. I know my motives. I know why I'm not talking to you. I don't care to talk to you. I'm not obligated to talk to you. It's that simple. The same way, I can't just go into your chat, and if you don't want to talk to me, I'm not going to sit there and be like, Ben's scared to talk to me. I'm this big bad wolf of the internet. Me. Who cares, bro? Run your show how you want to run your show. I'm going to do the same.
I'm telling you, if Mike hit you 5 times, like Bridget described, in the face hard enough for you to see stars or whatever, her face would look like Rihanna's.
That's a false equivalency. That's not at all true. Again, he has the ability. Okay, he slapped her twice. That could leave redness. Now, she could be wrong about him and lying about the fact that he punched her, and the truth still be that he slapped her, which would leave redness on her face.
Every incentive Bridget would have would to testify against Mike in court, take that into the divorce, and take everything.
Yes.
He's worth millions.
Yes.
Michael Green, kid behind the camera, is worth millions.
And with that money, he has the ability to continue to prolong the divorce proceedings, which would cost Bridget more and more money for her lawyers.
As the Struggler 340 super chatted $27.08. Bridget been working on a scripted channel for years and people are surprised she can sell it to the cops.
Yeah.
Both sound like they are at fault for being drunk idiots.
Also, Bridget's been
But that's why I thought it was funny.
But why would you, a streamer, not want better content and more viewers? It's funny you say that. If I cared about having a maximum amount of viewership or having a bunch of views or clout or anything like that, why would I release all the raw information less than 12 hours or approximately 12 hours after making a live stream and being the only person who had this information? I could have waited until Monday and let my video, my audio video, my live stream and my audio video be the sole portion, the sole source for all of this information. I also could have just told people, nah, go fuck yourself. You file your Freedom of Information Act. Guys, this is a hobby. This isn't my job. I promise you, I have my career. I have a 401k. I have stock options in the company I work for. I'm totally fine. I do not care. Views are nice, subscribers are nice, and I love all of you who tune in. But I'm not going to just sit here and do every single little thing to get a view. If that was the case, I would 100% have just continued on following this and doing it. You're not the only person with public court records on this, brother. Yes, I know I'm not. I 100% know I am not. Appreciate the dono, Susan. But I am the person I am the sole person who broke this, put it out there, and created the stir within the LCU. It wasn't anyone else's video getting linked in the Discord. It was mine. It wasn't anybody else's video that all these people were reacting to. It wasn't anybody else's live stream that they were reacting to. It was the lasting opinion. So don't forget that.
I literally, on the phone with Mike and Bridget, we all laughed together at how stupid and funny this was.
Okay, here's something else. The phone call contradicts the police report, because listen to this. Green told officers that Bridget told him about an affair she was having and he slapped her approximately 2 times. So in the police report, I guess she hit him.
Oh my gosh,
It says in the
Boogie.
police report that she hit him?
Yeah.
Boogie can't read.
Or no, he slapped her approximately 2 times. So in the phone call, she got punched 5 times. Now in the police report, she supposedly got slapped 2 times.
Now this is interesting. Boogie said in the phone call she was punched 5 times. But as we learned, they did not listen to that part of the phone call on this live, which means they heard it before this live stream, or at least Boogie has heard it before this live stream. if this is the first time that they are hearing it, how does Boogie know she was punched in the face? I'm just saying. It lends credence to the fact that they know that the audio they listened to was edited. She said, punched 5 times, Mike admitted to 2 slaps. The truth is in the middle. Richie, I 100% agree with you.
What the craft said, Keems monetizes abuse. It's so sad.
Well, we have to talk about it today. I don't know what you want me to do.
I mean, I gotta address it. Like,
that's dumb. I disagree with that.
Also,
At Quantum Chris 5028 super chatted $20. I observed some redness on her face. Wow, kinda like when people drink their faces become flushed.
Bingo.
Plus the performative adrenaline.
Bingo.
Wow, critical thinking. You think the report would be more detailed if it was bruises, etc.
Look, here.
Yes, if it was bruises. If there was bruises. But there wasn't bruises. So they didn't say it was bruises. But Keem does not say, hey, wait, she said she got punched 5 times. Exactly, decentralized. Exactly.
Here's the truth. Everybody in chat, Boogie, Keemstar, CD-ROM, we weren't there. We really don't know what happened.
Correct.
All we can go off of is what Mike and Bridget have told us. Have you talked to Bridget?
Well, you could also go off of the police report as well and say that it contradicts what you're being told.
Yes.
Because I had to talk.
And here's the point. Even if Boogie was just reading chat and it said in chat that in the call she was punched 5 times, why then would they not turn around and say, thank you, Doza. Appreciate you, brother. Why would they not turn around and go, oh man, we didn't hear that in the call. Do we have the right call? We listened to the entire call and at no point in time did Bridget say she was punched. Doesn't that make your mind go, huh, maybe we don't have the full call? I'm just saying, if Boogie's reading chat and he learns that something in the call happened that they themselves did not hear, why do they not then think, maybe we don't have the right call? Maybe we don't have the full call.
Talk to Bridget, because I'm like, I'm not talking to just Mike. I want to know what Bridget has to say.
Yes.
Right? And they both told me they were drunk. They got in an argument over who was fucking who. Right? Because they're getting a divorce. They're both fucking different people.
Yep.
And she fucking blacked out drunk, fucking called the cops, got mad, got jealous, whatever.
At no point in time has there ever been any evidence that she was blackout drunk. She had the wherewithal to call the police.
And made up this bullshit.
Listen to this from the police report. Upon my arrival, I was directed to the residence to attempt to locate the male. I made contact with Michael Green at his front door. Michael was yelling and upset and demanding we arrest him, so I complied with his
At
arrest.
Raging Phoenix 07 super chatted $20.
So you're gonna read
The
that
police are required to document and take photos of said abuse. There are none. The state would pick up the case if there was physical evidence. You guys need to know the law and use common sense.
And here's the thing.
The state did pick up the case. That's why he was charged.
What Mike told me from the very beginning, and I'm sure he told you this, is he was so drunk, and he does not drink. You guys know this, right? When the cops came, he was like, arrest me. If she wants me in jail, I'll go to jail. Yeah, I hit her like 15 times. He was just saying dumb shit. Yep. And he was like asking the cops to arrest him.
He literally, Michael was yelling, upset, and demanding we arrest him. Stuart.
Glock Shadows, I 100% agree with you. It is possible Mike asked Bridget to lie to Keem to protect his career. So it's possible for sure that Keem is saying what he is saying and is true to his knowledge. I agree with you. And that is 100% what I said in the last live stream. Keem is not, there's no way to prove that Keem isn't knowingly lying, okay? It is entirely possible that he is repeating what was told to him by them, that they're both lying to him, and to the best of his knowledge, that is what he's reporting. What I don't agree with is his continued disregard for the 911 call and the police report. That is the problem here. He is not turning around and saying, okay, well then why would you tell the cops this? There's no real critical analysis here on their part. They're simply saying, well, they said it was fake, so who cares? Who cares? But if this was anybody else, if this was Ian and Anissa, H3 and Hila, if this was Mr. Beast and his girlfriend, if this was anybody other than Mike, I have full confidence in stating that they would not treat it like this. That they would be, it's in the police report. It's in the police report. But, hey, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know about you guys, but I watched Drama Alert for a long time. And Keem, when he had documents saying something other than what somebody was telling him, he was not so, oh, really? I trust you.
Complied with his request and placed him in the handcuffs to the rear.
It's probably a good thing he got arrested. In the long run, because those two drunk, what else could have happened?
Yeah.
Bridget's already like kind of lost her mind. She's calling the cops, you know. God. Somebody in the chat said, I think she's trying to cover up. But why would she? She's going
she
through
can lose
a divorce.
millions of dollars at a divorce. She's covering up so that she doesn't get the majority of his money, because every jury and every judge on the planet would side with somebody that was getting the shit beat out of them and give them the majority of the fucking money.
And if she is a victim, there's also a chance she doesn't survive long enough to see the money. Like, you're not thinking about it as critically as you're trying to say no one else is thinking it critically. You're totally taking away the possibility of her being a victim and the reasons why she would not want to come forward. Because everybody knows once you file a police report as a victim or a potential victim, that everyone just believes you, that they immediately get arrested, immediately get jailed, that you don't have to live with them within the same neighborhood. Like, there's plenty of fucking reasons, bro. And if she doesn't press charges, that steady income flow is going. Now, from what I've seen, or from what I've heard, apparently their channel isn't doing so well. They've been losing subs, not because of this. I'm saying prior to all of this, that it doesn't have the same flair as it used to. I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure Mike still is smart enough to be the multimillionaire that he is and has his money in more than just YouTube. I don't really think him not doing so well on videos, if that's the case, would be the reason. Unless he spent all his money, I do not see it.
What the fuck?
Can somebody please donate and let WQQD Craft know that, yes, I am monetizing this? Because he keeps saying, Keem's monetizing this?
Dude,
Keem's monetizing
dude, if
this?
he's mad about us monetizing this, wait till he hears about the Johnny Depp trial. He's gonna be real mad. Oh my God, everyone monetized that domestic abuse.
Everybody made bank on that trial.
They played fucking audio, they showed bruises, they did it for fucking 10 days straight. Everybody monetized it. I didn't.
Yeah, by the way,
Agreed.
I am monetized.
I do agree with this, saying that my stream was monetized, this stream is monetized. Like, if you're going to hate on Keem for monetizing this, then you need to hate on me too. Like, I'm just being honest.
This. Cancel me, please.
And Mike probably will too on Queens.
If he's smart, he will.
His money is in crypto? Okay, that definitely, not stable, but he still has money.
I mean, I think the whole sweep thing has lost its fucking value, right? Sweeping is when you're like trying to throw something away and just like not even talk about it, right?
Yeah.
No, that's ignoring something. Sweeping is when you are handed evidence contrary to the narrative and simply turning around and saying, that's nothing. Actually, guys, the reason why this happened is because of this. She said this, but now she's saying that's sweeping. Sweeping is when you are given information, you come up with excuses as to why that information isn't what it is, or you downplay the level of that information. It has nothing to do with ignoring it. Ignoring it isn't sweeping. That's not the case here. And Keem, you've been on the internet long enough to know that.
I'm addressing it based on everything I know. And unlike anybody in chat, I talked to the alleged victim and she says she's not a victim.
There's also a public statement on her Twitter where she says she's not a victim.
Now remember that. He says there's a public statement on her Twitter where she says she's not a victim. We looked at her timeline. It is no longer there.
Could you pull that up?
Yeah.
Let's read Bridget's Twitter.
I think it's a video. I think it's an audio or a video.
Doesn't sound like she's doing herself any favors.
But hey, look, dude, if she wakes up the next morning and realizes I'm a drunk idiot, Mike didn't hit me, and I want to make things right, then I think that ultimately
goes to the
she's
cops.
right to do that.
Goes to the cops, makes a statement, says I fucked up, apologizes for it, makes a public statement saying I fucked up, I did not, I lied.
The thing is like the audience is a mob, and they want Bridget to be like hit. Yeah. They want her to be hit. They want.
I don't think there's anybody who wants Bridget to be abused. I don't. That's for damn sure. When I filed the FOIA, I 100% was hoping it was absolutely nothing. Because then that means that there's a victim out there. I don't understand how anybody could sit there and be like, oh, I want her to be a victim because I hate Mike so much. I want him to beat Bridget. That is a different level of psychotic.
Want her to be abused so they can say bad guy, right? It's an endless cycle of this mom mentality where they actually want Bridget to be hit.
All right. And with that, we're going to get to the final thoughts on everything because they pretty much loop as time goes on. Then they call Bridget, they talk to her, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This is 100% my opinion and my belief, okay? Regardless of what this is monetized, I can't believe it. Thank you, Mono. Appreciate you. My personal belief is if he was innocent, there would have been no reason for him to turn around and tell two separate police officers that he hit her. Between him saying he hit her, slapped her twice, and her saying she was punched 5 times, I do believe it was physical. I 100% believe that there was some physical aspect to the night of April 3rd. Whether it was pushing, slapping, the throwing of objects, which they've already admitted to, I 100% believe in some way, shape, or form he was physical with her. The fact that there was only redness to one side of her face when they said that they were drinking so heavily, and her being a light-skinned white woman, this isn't about race, but her being a light-skinned and white, if she was super drunk, I don't see only one side of her face being red. I see her entire face being flush and being red. The fact that... I appreciate you, love. Thank you. The fact that only one side was red lends credence to her having been hit at some point in time. Whether she was hit with an object or a hand, I do not know. With that being said, if this case is dropped, like they are all claiming it is going to be, then that's the end of it. You can't force her to come forward if she is a victim. You can't force the police to go after her if she did file a false police report. There is nothing we can do other than report on what it is, other than report on what happens. I believe there is more than enough evidence out there for anybody who sees this to make the most well-informed opinion and conclusion on their own. You may not agree with me. You may agree with me. At the end of the day, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Everyone's entitled to their opinion of my coverage. Everyone's entitled to their opinion of Keem and Company's coverage. I think it was incredibly lackadaisical. I think that 100% they did not care enough about the situation because their minds were already made up to not look at it critically. I think it's interesting that the audio version they listened to was edited specifically to cut out the portion of her saying she was hit 5 times. Like I showed, the first 9 seconds of the phone call is where the address is said. They could have easily cut that out, but they cut out almost 20 seconds of a phone call. And in that 20 seconds, she claims that she was punched 5 times. That's very, very interesting. We read South Carolina legislation as to the possible repercussions Bridget could get if she did falsify the police report. I've explained why I don't think she's going to be. I think this is all going to be completely dropped on all sides. I do not see this, especially with her writing a letter to the DA's office. I don't see this going to trial. But come July 24th, supposedly, is the date of the court case. We will, whatever information we can gather, we will turn around and we will report on it. If her statement to the DA's case is out there, we'll report on it. We'll read it. We'll see what we have to say, be as fair as we can, look at the differences, and go from there. Regardless if you believe she's guilt or she's lying or telling the truth, there's nothing else we can do. So don't go harassing them. Don't be don't do some call to action, wanting people to call CPS on them. Don't do some harassment campaign against him or her or anything of that nature. Remember, guys, don't touch the poo. Just look at the cows. It's that simple. Don't touch the poo. Just look at the cows. Okay? This is an incredibly unfortunate situation. I think that there's more than enough evidence to support the fact that she could be covering for him. What about mild trolling? Mono, you do you, brother. Mild trolling, I don't think anything wrong with that. I think there's plenty of evidence or statistics to say that if she is a victim, she could completely be covering for him. And that's that. That's all of it. I know you guys probably want him to go to trial for this and everything like that, but we have to accept the fact that most likely that's not going to happen. Still don't support. Still can't support. It's not something that I do. Never watched Kid Behind the Camera. Never watched AGP. Never any of that shit. So can't do it. But it is what it is. I'm glad that the information is out there. I'm glad everyone can make the most well-informed decision on all of this. So with that being said, you guys, I have been Kmplxity with the Lasting Opinion. As always, hope you enjoyed. Hope you guys have a more well-informed. Mono should be banned though. What's up, Hemi? I should ban Mono. I hope you guys are more well-informed than previously. I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen. Court date is scheduled for the end of this month. We'll see. If she is lying to Keem and she actually is a victim, it'll be unfortunate. It will be very, very unfortunate. And if she decides to come out later and to say that she lied about lying, no one's going to listen. No one's going to listen at all. It's bad. It is unfortunate. If she lied, She definitely deserves to be prosecuted for it because that is an insane thing to be lying about. I can't. It's, yeah. It is what it is, you guys. It's out of our hands now, in the hands of the court. So, oh well. Oh, freaking well.
We speak with fire, a voice so